today in this moment are able to hang out with us later. So, yay, okay, so James, where are you from? Where are you calling in from? Will you remind me?
I'm calling from a bunch of snow in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, you guys got that huge blizzard.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad here, but yes.
And Connor, you've got a bunch of snow up in Michigan, right?
Yeah, but we that nor'easter didn't. But yeah, we got, I don't know, probably 2 feet on the ground. But it's been
Okay,
here for
you
a while.
didn't get the nor'easter though. That's nice. Hi, Molly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you joined. Let's see, Susan, where are you?
I'm lucky. I'm in sunny California near Orange County. So, yeah.
Very nice. Very
I'm
nice.
warm right now.
Yeah. Well, it's warm in this kitchen, I have to say, because I've had the oven on at 500 degrees for over an hour. So I might start like shedding layers here in a bit. Lori, remind me where you are. Oh, I think you're muted.
Sorry. Cape Cod.
Cape Cod. Okay.
And we got about 2 feet of snow.
Ooh. Oh man.
But luckily we didn't lose our power.
Oh, good.
We have a lot of
people
areas
lost
that are completely without power. So.
Hoo-wee. Hi, Dakota. Welcome, welcome. So Dakota, you're calling from Texas, yeah?
Yep.
Nice. How is the weather there? You and Susan are in warm weather places. The rest of us are looking at you with snow on the ground outside.
It's 65 here. We just took a really long walk. It's beautiful.
It sounds perfect. Perfect, perfect. And ciao, Enrico. Benvenuto. If you can hear. So,
ciao.
Everyone knows that this is my mom, right? I'm sorry, I've been just chatting with you and I haven't properly introduced. So we've got two Susans joining. We've got my mom, Susan, and we've got Susan in California.
Some of my favorite people are Susan.
And we're keeping with the tradition, the Italian tradition, and just the lovely tradition of pizza. Usually it's pizza night because I'm in Italy and with the time difference to make it so that we can all do it together. It's pizza night, but now it's pizza afternoon, and pretty excited about, so we're doing kind of a more traditional one with pesto, my mom's homemade pesto, which we'll talk about in a minute, but also a Mexican style pizza. And that's gonna include black beans, jalapenos, avocado, onion, and fried plantains, which I'm so excited about because Connor, back me up here. Plantains are one of the things that like you could not find.
Yeah, definitely in Puglia. No way. No way.
No way. Plantains were like not a thing at all. So this is very exciting, and I've got some hot sauce to put on that too. Hi, Rochelle. Welcome. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
All I have are Italian potato chips.
Oh, you've got those Italian. So Connor, will you bring the Italian potato chips when you come down to Ohio? So Connor and I will be.
No, because they're my mom's. We have to buy our own. We have to buy our own.
You're just like put a couple in your bag. Mom won't notice.
Yeah.
It's fine.
She bulk ordered after she came and visited us in Italy. She really liked the San Carlo potato chips, and my mom has a lot of dietary restrictions, and so there's not a lot of things she can eat, and she really likes salty snacks. So she thought she was ordering like a box of like individual bags, so for like a 6 or 12 pack, and she got instead like a 6 or 12 pack of these like family size bags. So there's a lot of potato chips at my parents' house.
Potato chips than one could even imagine. So hi Danielle, by the way. Hi, I saw you pop on. Welcome, welcome. Danielle, remind me where you're calling from? I think you're muted. I can try and lip read though.
Okay.
Philadelphia.
Philly. All right. How's the weather over there?
We got about 5 inches yesterday, but other than that, I mean, I like snowstorms. So.
Good. No, I have to say I'm like excited with the snow that's on the ground here because yeah, I don't know, I like it. It's fun. No complaints.
Yeah, they didn't plow the roads at all yesterday, but we had nowhere to go, so it was fine.
Good. Like you didn't have somewhere important to run off to.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this. So I've got 2 pizza doughs here doing their last proofing, and I'm going to shape them here in a moment. And right now, you know, I've talked before about how. Hi, Stephen. I can see you now.
There we go.
Hi.
I do have my.
Yay! Connor, look at your San Carlo competition.
There we go. I got it.
And Stephen, where are you?
Oh, let's see, about 65 miles north of New York City.
Nice.
Newburgh,
Okay.
Newburgh, New York. That's where we're at.
Nice. Newburgh. Nice. I'll put it on my list.
I'll meet you in Brooklyn. How about that?
Deal. Okay, so this pizza sauce that I always make for the pizzas is like so ridiculously simple. I thought that I would do it on the live stream just to show you guys how stupidly simple it is. So it's literally 1 can of chopped tomatoes, 2 large garlic cloves, or these are kind of small, so 3 garlic cloves, and about a teaspoon of salt. Bloop, put those in, and then mix that up. And I like to mix it really well until it almost gets kind of like frothy. That frothiness goes away by the time you'll put it on the pizza, but I like to really mix it up well. So I'm going to do that. It will just take a second.
You want me to do it?
Oh my gosh, I have a sous chef. Look how good that is. Thank you, Mom.
Hey, you're welcome.
See, Connor can't be with me today, so Mom's stepping in on
I'm probably gonna get fired after you got Susan doing it.
It's a little pulse action.
Yeah,
okay?
go for it.
Yeah.
Do you
Go
want
for it.
Pulse it or low?
I would just go low and then high.
low and high. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can pop it up to high.
Wow, maybe there's a bit of a learning curve, so maybe I still have a secure spot.
You think we're good? Yeah, I think it looks okay. I would do it a little longer.
Okay.
Are you guys eating anything right now, Steven, aside from your chips? Or is it lunchtime or is it past lunchtime for you guys?
I'm prepared my bolognese for dinner tonight. It's
Ooh, I
Put
mean,
it-
your home smells epic right now.
smells pretty good. So
Yeah, I believe that.
this is just a snack right now. That's all.
How are those potato chips different?
How are they different?
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean, you
know.
probably better answer that. I mean, they're just absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
We
they were
have-
good flavor.
We have Cape Cod potato chips.
Well, okay, so I
Those
don't
are
think,
good too.
yeah, I don't think you need to worry about missing out on anything. Cape Cod are excellent.
Yeah.
I will say I'm eating the original because that's my mom got. Well, San Carlo does one that's lime and like pink peppercorns. And when I would surf with my buddies in Trani, we would always go afterwards to the little. I never understood, like I still don't understand, like how my Italian friends could go in the cold ocean for an hour and like physically exert themselves, and then afterwards be like, let's have a coffee and like split a bag of potato chips. And I'd be like, I want to eat an entire meal right now. I'm starving.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's something that like and like is Enrico still on the line? So maybe he can share his Italian experience as an Italian with us. But we were like, when do our Italian friends sleep? Because we felt like they would like go to dinner so much, like when we could have been ready to go to bed, and then they would get up so early and be like, so I'll meet you at the cafe at 6:30 or at the bar at 6:30 for a cafe. And we were like, what? When do you sleep? Enrico, when do you sleep?
It's an interesting question. I don't know if I'm a good representative of Italy here. I feel like I'm a little bit anglicized. But
Okay, fair.
I think in
Yeah.
answer to Connor, I think probably the problem is that, in Italy you have 3 meals and you have to have food at those times. So, if it's like 5 p.m., I don't know what time that happened, but if you're outside those times, you don't just, have your meal at the wrong time. That would be crazy, and the whole order of things would be out of kilter. Then, what do you do then? Then you have lunch later. Well, you can't do that, right? So
It's also
that's the
structured,
problem, I think.
but Enrico, there's also la merenda, right? There's like the
Yeah.
snack that's
Yeah,
equally built into it.
merenda is acceptable, yes.
Yeah.
But it's usually like pan and Nutella, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Man, those Italian snacks. So how many of you all have seen this week's video, the one that I just published?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. So, Danielle, I'll just fill you in that we broke some news.
Oh, wait.
not-
I did
not-
see that one.
You did see. Okay, yeah.
Yes. I'm like trying to remember if there's one I missed that came out after that.
Right. Okay, but not the baby news.
Oh, okay.
No, so
that's
there
what I
wasn't.
missed.
So there is a new one. Yeah. So and like it's so funny because people have commented like, "Oh, I was sure you were gonna say that that there's gonna be 3 of you," and I was like, just wait. I want to kind of wait until. Oh, hi Rochelle. I saw your face for a second there. Yay! But now you're gone again. Anyway, I feel like yeah, I don't know what I'm waiting for to like do the big news of the pregnancy, but I kind of want to wait till I'm like bigger to make like more of a pop. You know what I mean? Because like I've just got a little bump, but it's right now it's just kind of like, oh, she's been drinking too much beer. Like it could just be that, that girl's got a beer belly. So, so Danielle, in the video I share that Connor and I are leaving Prani.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
this week has been crazy. I did see
Oh my
that video as well.
Yeah. No, and please don't apologize. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
And it was London or Montreal.
Exactly. London, Toronto, or
Toronto.
Milan. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, I did see that one.
You're totally caught up, though. You're totally caught up. So Italians have had their opinions about if we leave Italy, what's gonna happen. All of that things. Oh, Rochelle is presenting. Am I present? Did I just click something? Oh.
There we go.
Did that happen to anyone else? I was like, I didn't know what that was.
You're back.
I've been to Milan.
Say what? Wait, who is that?
I have been to Milan.
You've been to Milan. What did you think of Milan?
Well, it was a high school trip where we were in Italy for 10 days and we were in like a different city every day. So we were only there for a day.
Fun.
So we were just in like the fashion area.
Okay. Was your school trip themed at all?
No.
So it wasn't like you weren't like a fashion student.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the Italian American Club in high school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So mom, who is, of course, that I got my Italian dual citizenship through my mom's lineage that's Italian. Mom, did you have any, like growing up, because you're more Italian than I am.
Yeah.
Technically, although technically now I'm Italian.
What
you're not.
qualifies? Yeah.
But yeah, what qualifies?
What qualifies being more Italian?
But did you ever have anything like that in high school that you were involved in?
Oh, a field trip abroad?
Or like just an Italian American like club that you joined or anything like that?
No, the closest I got was my cousins who were very culturally very Italian. My uncle married another woman who was born to Italian immigrants, and in big Italian family in an industrial area in Northeast Ohio where a lot of Italians lived. And they Yeah, I remember going over there and I told them, I was maybe 4 or 5, that I didn't like pizza. And they were astounded. Of course, by the time I left, I was eating pizza that very day.
Also, let's just be clear, that has changed. You're now a big pizza.
I was 4.
Yeah, you were 4 years old. You're allowed.
Yeah, and my mother married, Wayne Gibson. So we were anglicized really from the get-go. At 18, she married and had lots of kids. And it's a very different cultural experience. My cousins were, would have afternoon long meals and lots of pizza, pasta. They still make homemade pasta. So it's a very, and they had a lot of friends whose family, some of the family weren't fluent in English. So many of my cousins' friends were bilingual, and they would translate for their aunt who didn't know English. It was a very different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to pizza.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, I was like, so I'm starting to make these here. So this is going to be the Mexican one, but so it's starting with just the good old tomato sauce. And now I'm going to put the black beans on it. I was thinking about like smushing these and making it a black bean base instead of a tomato sauce base. But then I was like, no, I really think the acidity and the garlic in this tomato sauce is like really going to bring it home.
Now you boiled these black beans with a few bay leaves.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep,
What
just
else
with
did you
bay
put
leaves
in there?
and salt.
Okay.
Just bay leaves and salt. All right. So Connor, and then I'm just gonna do some onions here. These are just raw onions. I haven't,
This is really hard for me to watch you do toppings.
Because you're so much more. Here, look, I'll do it the Connor way.
Because I'm a control freak.
Okay, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna do it how Connor would do it, which is like this pretty little spiral design. Are you satisfied, babe?
It looks great.
Okay,
I'm very jealous that you're going to be eating pizza today. We our good friend, Katie and I's old roommate from New York, Jeremy, was supposed to come up today, and we were going to make pizza tonight in our outdoor oven that I built.
Which is going to be a future video, by the way.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Which jalapenos now.
We'll build a new one in Athens. But his girlfriend tested positive, so he's not coming up.
Oh,
it's a bummer.
So that's why I'm just eating potato chips to nurse my wounds.
Okay, so now I'm adding the fried plantains. Delicious. Actually, I might have this one to snack on because the others, there's plenty for this. Connor, why don't you fill people in on since I'm plantain? Fill people in on when are you and I going to be in the same place again? And
never. We don't know. We were supposed to be together. So as you guys know, Kiro, our fully Italian 100% dog, he's still in Italy. Katie, did you finish telling them like where we're gonna end up living, or?
No, I didn't. Sorry, guys.
Kind of got sidetracked. All right. Okay. So, don't tweet this out, but I took a job in Toronto, and we're hopefully this is going to turn into a therapy session for us. But so Katie's pregnant, due at the end of May. And I took this job, but it's in Canada. And so we were waiting on Canadian visas. And so right now we're kind of just in between homes. We basically came home for Christmas, and then Omicron took off, and we were like, you know what? Let's just stay on this side of the Atlantic.
Yeah, I mean, we had return tickets back to Italy and fully intended on using them until things got kind of crazy, and we were, yeah.
Because my job has very remote capabilities, but it's with this cool video company called Underknown that does like science videos, and it's really, really cool. But we want to get Kiro, and so we've been working with a pet relocation firm, and he's in great hands with them. But he was supposed to come when? Friday? This
Yeah,
Friday?
he was supposed to be here right now. If you,
It was
I don't
supposed
know
to be
if you guys
landing in
remember.
Detroit on Friday, and I'm in Michigan at my parents' house, and I was gonna drive down, get Kiro, and then take him to Katie in Ohio, and then we were gonna be one happy furry family together in Ohio.
And I don't know
but-
if you guys remember, but I had mentioned early this month in some other posting, I was like, I'm excited for this month's live chat because like me and Connor and Kiro was going to be here, and we were going to build a pizza oven in the backyard. But so that's all just been postponed. It'll still happen.
Anyway, so Lufthansa, who is the preferred pet cargo contractor or carrier, they had we think it was a staff shortage because of Omicron, and they canceled Kiro's flight. So Kiro is still now he's in Rome, outside Rome. We're getting videos. Actually, we can probably share one.
Oh my gosh, we should. The videos that this dog sitter has been sending us while Kiro has been stranded in Rome. Kiro is living his best life, you guys. Like, he is so happy. The pictures and videos they've sent me are like Kiro up on their bed and like snuggling with them in bed. Like, he's not allowed in our bed, so we're like, uh-oh, better not get used to this. And yeah, and he's so happy. He has green space and he's doing good. He's doing good.
Here's our boy. Everybody see that?
You can't hear what the guy's saying, but he's saying zampa, which in Italian means paw. So he's trying to get Kira to shake. And I'm like, we haven't taught Kira to shake just yet. Which is why Kira's looking at him like so confused. And there's his bed. He looks a little too good at jumping on that bed.
Yeah, it's well practiced. That's a well-practiced move, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
How old
There's
is
our
he?
boy. There's our boy.
How old is he? 2?
Yeah, he'll be 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's Katie knows his birthday. I feel like it's in the spring.
It's November.
Oh, November.
It's in November. Yeah. Yeah.
So the new plan is to pick him up on Saturday. He's got a new flight booked, and then Katie's gonna come up, and we're gonna meet in Detroit, and then bring him back to Ohio, and that's it. And if anybody ever wants to know about how to ship your dog across the ocean, Katie is now the expert. She has explored every option there possibly is.
I'm also planning on doing a video about how to move abroad with your pet, because it goes both ways, right? So if you want to move to Europe or anywhere for that matter with the dog that you have where you currently are, all of these learning, I basically just went through like a master's class of learning because everything is so much crazier with COVID too. So I know all of those options. So yeah, we're really excited for Toronto and to explore. And I've heard that there's like an excellent Italian scene in Toronto. So I'm gonna dive into that. And hopefully we'll visit Italy just absolutely all the time. Dakota says such good food. That's awesome. Wait, Dakota, are you familiar with Toronto?
I've only been a couple of times.
Okay, but a couple of times.
It's just such an international city, and there's so many amazing chefs there, and so many different immigrant communities that have set up really awesome food. So I think you guys will enjoy.
Well, you'll have to come visit. We're looking forward to it.
Are you
Okay.
sure? Are you sure you want to move somewhere that cold?
Well, we'll see how it.
I do.
Here,
but-
yeah, Connor's like Danielle, who doesn't mind the snow. Well, I don't mind the snow, but the cold, on the other hand.
Dakota knows that. For everyone on the call, Dakota's my college roommate. we were in Vermont together. I loved it.
Yeah.
When I went to Italy in high school, I actually thought it was too hot there. I was like, oh
What?
my God, it's so hot here.
What do you
Yeah.
remember? What month were you
Well,
there?
that's the thing. We went in July. So if I
Mhm.
ever go back, it wouldn't be in July because I
Right.
probably the hottest month of the year, but it
Right.
was a level of humidity that I've never felt before here in Philly. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea to not go back in July. 'Cause in July in Toronto was unbelievably hot. I never thought I would be so hot in my whole life.
Well, you guys, because Toronto's kind of right above Ohio, so will it be drivable to home for you?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And that's like actually a pretty key reason with the baby coming that we decided on, because so those three things, the three places that I mentioned in the video, Milan, London, and Toronto, those were literally our three options. Like we narrowed it down to those three places, and there were various reasons to go to each of those three places. Connor is such a rock star. He also had a job offer in London. And there was an opportunity in Milan as well, but you know, we had all the pros and cons lists, and they all had their pros, they all had their cons, but yeah, being closer to family, being closer to this one, for instance.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to hold that baby. Something else to do while I'm holding the baby.
Yeah, I'll be busy while you're like, Mom, just thank
got
you.
it. I'm on it.
Speaking of Mom, I want to brag about her amazing, I don't know if you can tell how vibrantly green that is. This is my mom's homemade pesto with basil from her garden, that then, so she jars it and freezes it, right? And so then it can be January. We just thaw it and open it, and it's just gorgeous.
It's really good on salmon too.
Ooh, yeah.
We had it on salmon earlier this week. I'm interested if anybody else makes pesto, what kitchen appliance they use to get the right consistency. Because I've gone through a few appliances and it's always, it's working now. You see, it's a consistency I like. But I'm curious if anybody else makes pesto, what appliance do you use to have it be the right consistency?
Well, I do not. I do not make pesto, so I'll pass on that one.
Okay.
I just use a small grinder kind of thing.
Okay.
Very small, like a food processor.
Okay, yeah, and Dakota says that he just made some last night. Hey, and he used a food processor. Okay, so that's your go-to. And then Jennifer says a Cuisinart, so also a food processor.
Okay.
I think probably safe to assume.
So you freeze it, that whole jar? You're not afraid that it's going to crack?
You know, it's interesting. I always leave some space at the top. And I guess you could can it, you know, the old fashioned way and make sure that it's got a pressure seal in the bath.
I realized I forgot to put the cheddar cheese on the.
I thought you. Connor, where are you?
Yeah, I know. Honestly, this is where Connor really comes in. Also, Jennifer says a tip from a friend also is to freeze pesto in an ice cube tray, and then you can defrost only what you want. That's a good tip.
That's how I do it. So I just made a bunch last night, and it's all in ice cube trays, and then you just knock it out of the ice cube trays into plastic bags, and you can take out as much as you need, toss in the microwave for a couple of seconds, and you're good to go.
Oh, that's a good hack.
That's
Because
perfect.
the truth is, we do have to watch the pesto and actively use the pesto once we open that jar.
Right.
A lot of pesto.
We don't really have any problems going through it once we open it, but
No, yeah.
but you do. It is something you have to be aware of. Yes.
That's
So
a
do you
must
want
have.
to? Mom, would you mind?
Oh, sure. I'll
Getting
do the
being
camera work.
our camera
Okay.
woman here.
Okay.
So this is the pesto.
Good job, Susan.
You're welcome, Connor. I'm a far cry from your expertise, but I try.
So this is the pesto, and actually, so let's put some. We've got some yellow peppers here. Let's do this actually. So this is going to be our veg one. What do you guys think about putting an egg in the middle of this? Would you vote yes?
You got too much going on already.
Okay, we'll keep it there. So you know what I realized? You know what I realized though? I forgot to put the cheddar cheese on this beautiful Mexican pizza. I was distracted by all of you and your beautiful faces. So wait.
Isn't there a rule that 5 ingredients or less, something like that?
Mm-hmm. Just throw the cheese on top. Did you already bake it?
I'll throw it on top. I just want to move these so I can get it in the shot.
Certainly looks
She's
great.
been in the Midwest too long. She's starting to just like throw everything.
That's accurate. It's in my bones too. What can I say?
We did a pizza night on when we were up at my parents like 2 weekends ago, and it was really funny watching. Katie did awesome batch of dough, and we had 6 pizzas, and each people got to design their own, and we like cut everything up and just basically like pick whatever you want. And it was my mom, my dad, and then another couple. They were the local pastors from my parents' town.
The pastor
and it was
married
really,
you, as I recall.
yeah, and they just were fully Midwest about it. They just like put like everything in the kitchen sink on these pizzas, and I was like, guys, if you just pick like a couple really good ingredients and let it sing, like. That's the only thing I learned in Italy, and then I did one that was just like a basic pesto, cheese and olives, and at the end everyone was like, that one was the best, and I was like, yeah, because like I didn't put like butternut squash, mushrooms, potatoes, onions, and like a leaning tower of pizza.
I concur with you. When I go visit my wife, my wife is from Michigan, so when I go out there, it's like culture shock to me. Having been born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
She grew up in Hazel Park, just outside of Detroit, but she has up in Traverse City, Ortonville.
Okay, I'm in Wayden right now.
Where are you at?
That's great. My sister lives in Traverse City, and I'm like 30 minutes north.
Okay.
Right now.
That's a little bit too far up north for me. But yeah, they throw all sorts of concoctions together. Yeah. So it's a little bit out of my liking. I like the simple stuff,
The simple stuff. I mean, that's so Italian of you. It really is, because that, you might not know it from the pizzas I just did, or especially the Mexican one, but that is one of like the greatest learnings I feel like I got from this past year in Italy, is like simplicity of flavors and ingredients. Like sometimes really more is better. And when I think about my favorite,
less is better.
Oh, sorry, less is better. More is not more. It's ridiculous. Yes, thank you, Mom. Yes, less is better. And when I think about like some of my favorite Italian dishes, it really is like 3 ingredients, and it's just amazing. Yeah, by the way, I saw Sharon joined. So hi, Sharon. I know I'm like a few minutes late, but I saw your name pop up. So hi, glad you could make it. I made a cheesecake yesterday and then finished it up this morning. And so I would like to talk to you guys about it, because I've been doing research on cheesecakes and like, wait a second. So is it Italian? Is it American? What is it? And turns out it's a little bit of both. So it's from way back. The Romans had their own version of essentially what is the cheesecake base that we think of, not with a graham cracker crust and all that stuff, but that basic kind of creamy cheese filling that's baked. The Romans had that, and they got it from the Greeks. So this is something that goes way back, but is Italian in its kind of origins. It can be traced back to the Romans. But then, of course, once it hit the shores of America, it had kind of became its whole new thing. Mom, would you mind bringing over?
Sure.
And yeah. So I broke in. We had a friend over this morning for breakfast, and I was like, this is too much for us to just eat here. So I broke it in half and gave her half of it. So this is a, I would say that this is an Americanized version. So if we're talking again about Italian American ways, because this is a graham cracker crust. It was just graham crackers, brown sugar, and butter blitzed up in a food processor, baked in the pan, and then pretty typical cheesecake filling. Let's see, there was sour cream.
4 packages of
Yeah.
cream cheese.
Yeah, so much cream cheese. Just basically cream cheese. No, some eggs, some sugar, vanilla extract, and then there's a topping as well that is like a sour cream sugar topping, and then strawberries, and it's really good. Connor, babe, I'm sorry you're not here for this.
Blame Kiro. It's our dog's fault.
This was the beta. I'm sure she's going to make it again.
It's the beta. I was actually even thinking about doing a video about this cheesecake thing and maybe making like an Italian version cheesecake. And
What's Italian? It was like ricotta. What's the Italian version?
Yeah, well, I kind of have to do more research to find like a good Italian recipe. I did look on Giallo Zafferano, which is like an awesome Italian food blog, and found a good recipe there that I want to make. But yeah, it's basically, so this has no ricotta in it. This one, just cream cheese. And yeah, there's ricotta in the Italian one. And then just less like stuff on like, there's not like the sour cream, sugary like layer on top. So it's just, and also I think that the base is like there's not graham crackers in a base. So anyway, I think it's really interesting. So I'm thinking of doing more of that. Sorry, now I'm just eating it. It's very good.
Do you have any weird cravings?
So yes, spiciness, spicy food. I just want spicy food. Is that normal?
I mean, I want spicy food and I'm not pregnant.
This kid's gonna be a spice head. A total
Orange County doesn't have the greatest food. I don't know if you've ever heard of Trader Joe's, but look at this. Cacio pepe puffs. And they're spicy because they have pepper on them.
Oh.
They're okay, but cacio pepe.
Are they addicting?
I got them more as, not a joke, but I'm like, this can't be good. And they're basically like cheese puffs with pepper, but
is it good though?
It's edible. I mean,
it's a bit like novelty.
You know, in Orange County, I've lowered my standards a little bit. There's just not a lot of, great Italian food. So I either have to make it myself or buy it.
What do you usually make to scratch the Italian food itch at home?
I mean, it just depends. I was making pasta, just basic sauce and arrabbiata and beans, a lot of beans, soups. That's about it.
Good. Yeah, the simple stuff that is the best of Italian cooking.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried making pasta at home?
It's been years.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I see some head nods though from some of you. Some of you guys make pasta at home? Yeah.
Years ago. Haven't done it recently, no.
Okay. James,
I find it's just too easy to just put some dry pasta.
I know. I know, and so good too. They're really different though, right? They're almost totally different dishes. Like
if I'm not, if I remember correctly, when we were in Italy, we brought back some Barilla pasta from Italy, and there's a difference between the Barilla pasta in Italy that you buy to the Barilla pasta you buy here in the States.
Isn't that fascinating?
Just very interesting.
Yeah. James, I saw. What kind of pasta do you make at home?
Well, the same thing. For what you have to pay for good pasta is really not worth all the trouble.
Yeah.
You have the KitchenAid pasta attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that, and I did that. It comes out good, but it's like you can spend your energy making other things rather than the pasta.
Right. Yeah, that's always true. Yeah, that's very true.
My husband's been begging us to make homemade fresh pasta because we do have a machine that we bought, and I just haven't made the time yet. I keep being like, we will.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? It's just choosing to like make the time.
We have so in Philly's very Italian. And it's funny you mentioned about California because his best friend lives on the West Coast. And when they came to visit us, all they wanted to do was go to Italian every day that they were here in Philly because Philly has so much good Italian food. Anyways, in South Philly, there's a whole street called the Italian Market. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. And it's just a street with outdoor vendors, fruits and veggies. I don't go as much as I should, but they have a appliance store, huge Italian appliance store called Fonte's. And it's where his mom had her first job growing up. Anyways, Fonte's is where we bought our pasta maker that we have yet to use because like everyone else is saying, the box stuff is just too easy, but it's just, I won't bother, but it's just one of those little metal silver ones.
Yeah, I think that's like the one I have, and you basically can like put it on a table and then like there's like a crank that makes it like kind of stick to the table.
Yep, it's in the drawer behind me, but the drawer's kind of a mess right now. So, yes, it's tiny. It's about this big, and it just sits on the table, and it's silver, and you crank it.
Oh, that's like the one I have too. And they use that from or like in Italy, in Trani, they use that same machine to not make pasta, but to make this Christmas dessert called cartellate. And it's really good. And then you remember on the video I did with Sapienza, the vincotto, the like reduced wine glaze. So it's basically they make, it's like a cookie biscuit, but they roll it out really thin with the pasta thing. They make it in this like flower shape spiral kind of thing, and then they soak it in vincotto, and it's like the Christmas thing there. So let's see. Sorry, I haven't been paying as much attention to the chat, but there's a ton of stuff going on. So does New York cheesecake have its origins from Italian immigrants? Yes, indeed. There is that correlation. Sharon asks, says, Northern California has a lot of Italian. All the vineyards in Sonoma, Napa, and the Valley, and some of the best Italian restaurants are in San Francisco. Okay, so Susan, you just got to get up to Northern California. That's where it's at. But I bet, Susan, where you are, I bet has good Mexican food.
It does.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good.
But I'd rather have Italian.
Yeah. Oh, and I see. Yeah, you used to live in San Francisco. So you know all about that.
Did you share your Mexican food experience with your Patreon community when you were living in Italy?
Yeah, like we couldn't find any Mexican food.
Yeah,
complete lack of Mexican food. And we did miss it, I have to say. Yeah. Enrico just piped in to say something very interesting, that Barilla is not considered a very good brand of pasta in Italy, which is interesting. And my favorite brand, and Enrico, you tell me if this is A-okay, but Rummo was my absolute favorite in Italy. I would get it every time.
Very good choice.
Yeah, good.
Is there Sicilian pizza in Italy, or is that just an American thing? Because we just ordered that. We had it delivered last night in the snowstorm, and I was like, is this a thing in Italy, or is this very American? It's called Sicilian pizza, and it's really thick.
Yeah, go ahead, Enrico. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can buy pizza anywhere in Italy, but I would say, I mean, I'm from Campania. Okay, so that's the region where Naples is. I think people from that region will consider Neapolitan pizza the real pizza, and all the other kinds of pizza that you find in Italy some sort of aberration or absolutely out of place. So I'm a little bit biased. So from my point of view, that's the only real pizza. And then of course in Italy you find pizza anywhere, but it's just not the correct version. That's what I would say.
Yeah, Enrico, I visited over. Half my family's from the Naples area, and the other half is from Palermo down in Sicily.
Right.
But we were introduced to pasta from Gragnano. That's and so we've become more my wife than I, because she's from the Midwest. So when she moved to New York, it opened her eyes to what Italian food could be, and as compared to what she's experienced in the Midwest. But anyhow, we become somewhat snobbish to the food. When we go to Italy, you eat like a king and a queen. So I order my olive oil from the Sorrento area.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do order my pasta from Italy too. So.
Stephen, would you mind sharing the link of where you get that
Olive oil?
Yeah.
Olive oil?
Yeah, the olive oil. Because that's one thing where I'm like, what am I gonna do if we're not in Italy? Like I'm so spoiled with the most incredible olive oil all the time, like cooking with it all the time. It's kind of changed my world. So
I certainly will send it to you. I just got a delivery the other day. It wasn't,
Yeah, please do. And then I'll share it with everyone too.
Right. I got the information. I know that's backwards to you there. Right?
No, actually it's right side up. They flip it for us.
Frantoia Gargiulo.
Gargiulo. I'm gonna write this in the chat.
I'll send that information to you.
Okay, thank you. Ooh, I'm excited.
So I have a question regarding the quantity of olive oil you get, because I've understood, I used to just buy big because it was cheaper and I thought I'll use it eventually, but I heard that you don't want to get a really large quantity of olive oil because it doesn't age well. Do you have any advice on that, Stephen?
I think it's 750 milliliters. If I'm I'm on, I guess. I think it's 700. Let me go downstairs and I'll get a couple of the bottles and show you. So
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm super
thanks.
curious.
Danielle, I would always get Sicilian pizza when we lived in New York. It was I again, maybe it's the Midwest in me, but I like that thicker dough.
But and this might be like kind of a roundabout way of answering your question, Danielle, but in the pizza place literally around the corner from where we lived in Trani, it's still weird to say that past tense. I don't like it. But anyway, right around the corner from us, they had like the Neapolitan style of pizza, like thinner, kind of fluffier crust, not nearly as good as anything you would find in Naples, but that going in that direction. But then they also had like a thicker, what I think of as Sicilian or grandma style slices. Connor, what did they call that? Do you remember?
Francescana.
Francescana.
Yeah, it was good again because I like that thicker. I mean, obviously, my favorite pizza is also from Naples, but I like now I'm in Michigan and everything. The big thing right now is the Detroit style pizzas. Well, pizza.
Yeah, you said you just had some really good stuff today.
I'm back.
Yeah, show us your bottles.
So this is a 1 liter bottle. This is the one from Sorrento.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that label.
Very pretty, delicious stuff. And here's the pasta I get from. Let's see if I can get that in there.
Nice.
Some of the pasta I get from there.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that
So when
looks
you can order, I get the pasta too. When I go into the oil, I get the pasta too. It comes from the same place. Makes it much easier that way.
Yeah. So we came here and we were like, okay, I need this pistachio cream. This is something that makes my life tick. Like, where do I get this pistachio cream? Because I couldn't find it anywhere in America. And we found through the website Gustiamo. It's not cheap, I have to say. It was like $25 for a jar or something like that. Although I will say a little goes a long way. But really, they had really, really good pistachio cream, like definitely as good as any that I have had in Italy. I think it might even be sourced from Italy. But so there's a tip. Gustiamo imports some really, really good stuff. And actually, one of the pizza nights that we had, Connor and I with his family with this DIY pizza oven, we did a dessert pizza. We did this a couple times actually, a dessert pizza, and we just put not Nutella technically because Enrico, I love that you're eating pizza right now. I just know.
It's gone already.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well you're making me hungry for these pizzas in front of us. What was your pizza topped with?
Oh, it's just a margherita.
Just a margherita. Well, it doesn't get better than just a margherita.
The real one. Yeah.
Doesn't Italy have pistachio cream, I think?
I bet they do. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Rochelle, because actually, yeah, Italy is a great resource for like a ton of imported stuff. Rochelle, will you remind me where you're calling in from?
I'm in Manhattan.
Okay, I thought you were in New York. Yeah.
Italy. That's why I said that.
Yes, that's why I thought I remembered. I thought I remembered the New York.
I used to work in Italy.
You worked there?
Yeah, I lived in New York for a year after college, and I got a job at the rooftop restaurant Birreria. I was a hostess there for a year. No, not for a year, like a little over 6 months. Yeah.
Did you use that Italy staff discount? Like,
yeah. But the thing I liked more than that was they used to have classes for free, just like that you could go to. So I would try to go before my shift where you could learn about all different things. Like it was there that I learned to pair cheese and honey. Yeah. And they just had all different classes free for employees on all different things. And that was really cool. Yeah. So,
what an awesome perk.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so I realized I interrupted myself with the dessert pizzas. So it was like a Nutella-esque spread. It wasn't the Nutella brand, but it was the chocolate hazelnut spread. So just think Nutella on the dough and then the pistachio cream. That's it. Just those two things on the pizza dough. And it was amazing.
Didn't you put marshmallows on one?
Oh, and then we did another one with those things, but it was s'mores inspired too. So
that was when we'd been in the Midwest for like 3 weeks, so we were fully like indoctrinated.
Yeah, we were. Okay, cheers. We're behind Enrico on our pizza, but so first we're gonna start with the pesto based one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
good.
It's super traditional in terms of like pesto, mozzarella, cherry tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of can't go wrong with that.
Katie, you should try to make the pistachio cream.
Lori, you are so right. This is like, you're so right. And if I can find a way to make it really good, there's a business in like selling that stuff. I swear. Okay, you're right. Thank you. You've just inspired me. It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay.
I just need to source pistachios from what is it called? The place in Sicily that has really Bronte. The pistachios from Bronte are like, they are PDO recognized and regulated, so protected designation of origin. So the pistachios from this town in Sicily are like magic. They call it green gold down there. Okay, I'm gonna get hot sauce for the Mexican pizza because you guys know how I feel about spicy things right now. And this Mexican pizza, it looks really stinking good. It's not as cheesy as I wanted it. Do you mind helping me with that?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. It's not as cheesy as I wanted it to be because, as you know, I forgot about the cheddar cheese until the very end. But I don't know. Enrico, Italians would totally freak out at this pizza, wouldn't they?
Again, in Naples, yes. I can't promise for the rest of Italy, though.
Okay, fair.
But, you know.
Yeah, because when we were in Venice, we had hot dogs and French fries on our pizzas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was a whole new low, though.
Hot dogs and French fries is like a normal thing for Italians outside of Naples, though. That was a pizza topping everywhere we went in Italy.
I think you might find that even in Naples these days, like French fries and Frankfurter. So I'm sure. Yeah, it's quite popular with teenagers as a topping, as a sort of a fun topping.
Right, the teenager pizza.
It's all right. Okay, it's fusion food.
Well, this is also what I call fusion food. This Mexican pizza is awesome. You need to try some.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm going in.
It's so good.
I think I'm gonna hold the hot sauce though. It's all right.
Okay.
Let's just see how this tastes on its own here.
Drum roll. Verdict.
It's like I'm having a burrito. A bready burrito.
And here, Joni, what do you think?
Joni's hoping something will drop.
Joni's very into it. When I was grating the cheddar cheese, she was all about that. She was there for the cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we've been hanging out for an hour. This has been so fun. I always love hanging out. Thank you for joining. What else? Is there anything, Connor? We thought you were going to be here with us today. I'm glad you could join from over there, but
Wouldn't miss it.
Any parting words, Connor?
Oh, I'm really jealous. You guys are eating amazing pizza, and ci vediamo alla prossima.
Sì. Perfetto. Oh, awesome. There's an Italy in Toronto. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, this is awesome. Thank you guys for all of the tips in the chat. Awesome. Okay. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining. I love you guys.
Ciao.
Ciao,
Ciao, everyone.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.